What's up, guys? It is the Friendly Fire Mass Effect podcast.
Oh my god.
We've been waiting
It is finally here.
so long
So excited.
to do this.
Surprise, I actually beat the game
About fucking time.
I know he finally caught up to us.
on Tuesday.
Mass Effect, more like Mass Erect.
He's been working on that all day.
Yeah.
He's gonna be gone in 10 minutes. Don't worry.
That was to replace It's a Podcast.
I did that just for
so
you.
know.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Just
For the love of God.
Yeah, Disco
It's a
last week during the pre-pod, he's like, "It's a podcast dies tonight."
It's over. So yeah, this is the this is a totally different podcast than normal. We're not going to do anything we've done before. It's just going to be a Mass Effect circle jerk the
All
entire
about
time.
Mass Effect.
because Andromeda's
Great.
coming out next week.
This
yo.
is true. So we're
Technically out today.
we played a bunch of multiplayer.
Yeah,
but we will.
the Origin Access and the EA Access trial was that got released prior to the release date, so
Yeah,
they've been doing that.
the multiplayer is fucking legit. That's all we'll say.
It looks so familiar.
Everybody's liked it. Has
Yeah.
played it so far, so
Yeah,
it's
it
fucking
is fun.
awesome.
I got to play a game.
Nice.
So Mass Effect changed all of our lives.
Pretty
And we
much.
love
You
it.
did.
And,
So what brought everybody to Mass Effect?
Who we starting with?
You.
Oh, me?
What
Oh,
up?
there you
shit.
go.
What up?
Okay. Well, I can tell you right now, this is my Mass Effect intro story. I walked into GameStop and I talked to the guy and I'm like, I'm looking for a good RPG, but like something that's not turn-based, something that's over that, because I was like Final Fantasy 13 like time, and I hated that game so much.
I think everybody hated that
It
game.
was so bad. It was so bad. So I was like, I need something. I
hated the previous 12 as well.
need a 60-hour game. I need like a 60-hour game or something like that. And believe it or not, this is back when I had a 360.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
This is before the PlayStation era. This is Patrick that has
Before you went to
360.
the dark side?
Yes.
so it's like your
Good.
what would you call that? Alternate universe twin brother?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rick Pat instead of Patrick. It's Rick
Rick
Pat. Yeah, this is Rick Pat era. But anyway,
Rick Pat Raffle.
so I walked in and I was kind of looking around, and then the guy was like, "What are you looking for?" And I was like, "Oh, an RPG, maybe not something turn-based, but that's something that's got good reviews all the way through." He's like, "Have you tried Mass Effect?" And I'm like, "No, what is it?" And he brought it over to me, and I'm reading the back of it, and not only am I a giant lore nerd, I'm a giant sci-fi nerd at the same time. I'm just reading the shit, and I'm like, "Yeah, we're gonna get this game. Like, this looks like it's gonna be pretty cool." And instantaneously, all the voiceover work, you recognize some of the voice actors and all that shit going through, and character customization, class system, all that stuff. I was just word go. I'm not gonna lie, I was totally into it. It was bad. I played I want to say 6 hours that day. Like the first day it got out.
Not bad at all.
I got all the way until you got Liara for the first time.
Nice. That's a good.
That was
that's a
my
good chunk
first.
of
That was
Yeah,
my
that's-
first playthrough. Like I was going.
Well, because you're through the beginning of it where you go to Eden Prime, you go through the Citadel stuff.
Yep.
You kind of go through the council a little bit. So
Where do you actually get Spectre status too?
Yep, I got
So-
Spectre status and all that shit. Yep.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I played a good amount the first night that I played it. Yeah.
you get all your other crew members before Liara. She's the last one, I think.
No. No,
Well,
I went to her first.
Depends
I thought-
on how you play.
I guess I always got everybody first, and then I got Liara last.
because you can deny Garrus joining your group if
That's
you want to.
stupid.
Yeah, but why would you do that?
Yeah.
You
What
idiot.
kind of moron would make that
What
decision?
monster would do that?
But yeah, no, that's just my simple playthrough. I just
Nice.
kind of went in. I was like, I'm looking for something new to play, and I'm very happy I went into GameStop that day. Is
Yeah.
basically my
So-
behind it.
Mass Effect came out in 2007. Is that right?
2007, 2008, something like
Something
that.
like that, okay.
One of those.
Well, because I remember I was just
I think I was in college, so
it came out.
yeah.
I don't remember honestly.
It was probably, I think it was
Yeah.
March 2008, spring
Yeah.
2008.
Want to check it out? Sean's our fact checker.
Yeah, he's our
So,
he's our
but
guru,
I was
yeah.
just on IGN or GameSpot. I think it was GameSpot because I was watching a review and I saw this new game Mass Effect, so I didn't know. Year, Sean?
Mass Effect 1 was originally released on November 20th, 2007.
Oh,
Right.
so I was in college.
So yeah.
Close enough.
See, I was watching this review for it, and the reviewer was like, "It's not very good. It's okay. It's whatever kind of game." I was like, "It looks really fucking cool. I'm gonna check this out." And as soon as I got it, I was like, "This reviewer is totally stupid.
Garbage.
This guy's an idiot." And it was a fucking amazing game. So.
IGN 10 out of 10.
Yeah, but it got it was somebody, I think it was GameSpot, whoever reviewed it. I was like, "You're an asshole. Just
Yeah.
shut up." So that's how I got into it. Basically, it was
Nice.
out of spite.
I don't
I'm
really
gonna
have
prove you wrong.
I don't really have a reason why I bought it. I think Logan just told me to buy it, and so I did.
Probably.
But
Can you do my dishes too?
I can talk about how how I got sucked into the game. Like, definitely got several, I got way into the game and I was so invested in the characters and everything. When it gets to the decision point where you kill or spare Rex, and I didn't have the ability to save him, and I had no choice but to kill him, I restarted the game instantly.
Yes. And that's what
As you should
do.
That's like 7/8 all the way into the game, dude. That's towards the end.
Yeah, I
that's
instantly
crazy.
restarted the game. I was like, nope, I'm not accepting that decision.
And I agree with him on that. My question is like, I cannot think of any other type of game that has made me want to do something like that, because I have fucked up before where I went like, I didn't go that far, but I remember in Mass Effect 2 I fucked up bad because it was when Miranda and Jack are like arguing with each other, and I couldn't
fucked up in the same part,
and I couldn't get the Paragon option.
Yeah,
and I was like, fuck, I gotta go back. I gotta change this like all the way through because I'm doing my Paragon run. And I played a lot of back.
I didn't go back and
doing
fix that one because I kind of hated Miranda, but
it's your wife.
I know,
It's
it's
your
Yvonne
wife.
Strahovski, and I would jump all over her, but
I think
I just didn't like her character in the game at all, and I was not sad when she died. She was the only crewmate to die.
That booty though.
Didn't care at all that she was gone.
He lied.
So you guys, other end of the table, Sean and Worth, you guys have a moment?
Yeah, so I kind of got introduced to the game in a fucked up way. And I played them in a really fucked up order. So
Yes.
I was going to ask, you can finish this, but I was going to ask also, did you all start with Mass Effect 1?
Yeah.
Technically, yes, I did.
Okay.
But like basically what happened, like this was right after high school, and like I was dirt poor. I didn't even have like a console to play games on. But eventually, I got hired at Gamers, like here in town. Saved up some money, and then I bought a 360, and then Gamers had like a perk for employees that you could like rent out games that were like permitting that they were like left over after we did the inventory for stores and stuff. And Mass Effect is one of them. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take this home and play it for a week. And I really enjoyed what I played. I got about like maybe 10-12 hours into the game, and then I had to bring it back, and I didn't touch it again until 2012. When Mass Effect 3 came out, and I bought the game full price on launch day, and I breezed through that, and I'm like, I gotta go back and play the other three. So what I did, I didn't just buy one. I finished Mass Effect 3's playthrough just basically like if you've never played a Mass Effect game before, I started 3 as you would if you were like a new player, but it brought you up to speed on the story, which was good. And then I went and bought Mass Effect 2, and I played through that and ported my file over to 3. And then I went and bought Mass Effect 1, and I played through that.
What the fuck's the matter with you?
And ported it over to 2,
You
and
psycho.
then ported it over to 3. And then I ended up playing through the game, all 3 games, like 7 times after that. So
That's ridiculous.
I know. I had the most fucked up playing pattern
that's
of all those
really
games.
funny.
And I know the answer to this. Was it worth it?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
But like, and then I ended up buying every single piece of DLC for 2 and 3, even the story and all the multiplayer and like story DLC for 3 also. Even the what's the little graphic novel one? I forgot what it's called.
The webcomic shenanigans.
Yeah,
Genesis.
Genesis.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Right on.
I purposely did this. I started 2 as my first game on one playthrough, but I used the Genesis DLC to like kind of bring me up to speed on what the different choices were when you go through that little graphic novel, because I wanted to see how it affected the story of the other 2 games. So which it affected it, a little bit, but like there definitely is some missing information between like some of the maybe not so dire choices from the first game, but like it just goes over like the main stuff.
Those are the big decisions
big
you would
decisions.
make, yeah.
Yeah, because I would say if you do the Genesis novel, what's his name? The guy that Garrus is trying to hunt down in Mass Effect 1.
Harkin?
No, not Harkin.
No, Harkin
No,
helps
it's the
you.
guy. He starts with an F. He's got that club downstairs. You have the nice club, and then you have the
Yeah, I know what you're
skate
talking
club.
about, yeah.
But anyway, if you take Rex with him, like Rex just kills him. Like if you have Rex in the party, he's gonna die no matter what. I didn't know that the first time. He died the first time, but the second playthrough I didn't bring Rex with me, and he stays alive. That's one of the small things where if you do the Genesis like option, he's not gonna be in the game in general because you just don't make that decision when you're doing the webcomic. But if you play Mass Effect 1 all the way through and he survived, you see him in Arya's big bar area, and he's like, "No, I'm just working on a salvage workship like shenanigans because of you," and you're like, Well,
Fuck you.
Yeah,
I-
yeah, it's like, and it's just small stuff that they bring over, and then there's like the Moon DLC. You get to meet that chick again, and there's like 5 or 6 things.
Remember Conrad Werner, like Shepard's biggest fan?
Yes.
Like you can
You can send him to die.
you can send him to die, but you can also but that's not one of the choices in the Genesis comic. But like if you like keep him alive in the first game, but like then he shows up like with an N7 armor and you can shoot him in the foot, be like, this is not acceptable. And
I know, you totally fuck with that guy.
but he can still help you later on with one of your missions, and then he shows up again in 3 later on. And then he ties into a quest that you did on Novaria.
Oh, yeah.
On Novaria in mission 1 in the first game. So it's like, and it was like this super like niche person that you talk to that probably didn't really affect the outcome of the first game, but like it ties in later on in the third game. So it's like they put all these little different occurrences into consideration, and I don't know, it just
It's nice, and that's the one thing the Genesis didn't bring over.
Yeah.
You know, like the main decisions are the big thing, obviously, all the way through. But anyway,
It was cool if you wanted to skip 40 hours of the first game.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. No,
Which
that's
I don't
understandable.
recommend. Mass Effect
That's
1 is
understandable.
fucking awesome,
If you've
so.
never played Mass Effect 1, I can understand it. I can go back and play Mass Effect 1, and it does feel a little clunky, you know, all the way through.
You
It's
eventually
aged a
get
little
used
bit,
to
yeah.
it.
It's
Oh,
aged,
yeah.
but the story
After
is
like
worth
2
it.
hours, you
And-
get used to it.
Yeah, I'm just saying in the dialogue and all the character the character dialogue and everything like that is perfection in 1.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
really
I think,
well done.
I think we should give Sean a turn.
No, fuck him.
Sorry, yeah, I know. Sorry, it's a podcast. All right,
He
he's
just-
done.
he's
Here
just
we
there,
go.
like,
There we go.
awkwardly silent because waiting for his turn. All right, Sean, how did you get Mass Effect?
I honestly think just one of you bastards told me to buy it, so I bought it.
Oh, that was a great story. Thanks,
There
Ryan,
we
for
go.
throwing
He's
this-
done.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
No, that's I'm sure a lot.
I mean, do you have
of people
anything
is.
memorable that hooked you to the game?
Just a story.
Like
That's
right
fair.
away
That's all,
or
yeah.
like
Yeah.
instantaneously? Because I
Uh-huh.
like when I saw that first like. You know, the dude like in 21 blah 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 blah. and it was
2182 or something.
Yeah, and they're like, we found this Mass Effect, and then it shows that intro. It's like boom, 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 boom.
Dude, the music
boom,
in
boom,
1
boom,
was
boom,
so
boom,
fun.
boom.
Music in all of them are good.
All the music's good.
But no, when you get that beacon on Eden Prime and it takes you in, gives you all the that was when I was like super hooked. I was like, the fuck is going on here? I was like, I want to know more. I loved it.
That's
So.
amazing.
Jenkins dies. Poor Jenkins.
Nah, fuck him.
One for my homie
Whatever.
Jenkins. Nah, Jenkins was good.
What is it about
The-
Jenkins always having
Halo
horrible
1?
things happening to him?
The Halo 1 Jenkins.
Yeah, he becomes a flood. If you read the book, you learn about his life as a flood.
Nice.
Yeah, it's
Really?
fucked up.
Yeah, they have a perspective of his. It's him as a flood.
But this isn't.
It's
a Halo
actually
podcast.
I
really
said
good.
we should totally do a Halo podcast too.
You guys can
Yeah,
do that.
we're-
I need,
I'll
I need,
just-
I need to give
fuck
myself a
yes.
I'll just
we'll-
sit here
we'll
and
do the Halo
I'm just gonna
podcast
sit here
right before
and-
Halo 6 releases.
Yeah.
give that a
So,
pass.
out of all the games, just kind of just just random topics, whatever. You guys have a favorite of all
Yeah.
three?
a favorite, like, a favorite game of 3?
Yeah, which of the 3?
I mean, toss it between 2 and 3 for me. I mean, the gameplay for 3 is much better in my opinion, but 2 definitely has a better story. Not to say that like 3 is a bad story.
They're all good stories.
They're all
but yeah,
great
two,
stories. No, they're all
two nailed it.
but
yeah.
but 3 like streamlined the gameplay, like it whatever 2 was missing out on, it made that much better in
Mm.
3. Like, granted, the cover system was never exactly perfect, but it was
No, it wasn't.
it was
It's still
better.
not.
Getting hit by a Scion Shockwave. I'm like, I'm in cover, and I would get hit by a
Shockwave
Scion.
doesn't give a fuck.
No,
Yeah.
I know. That's the
Shockwave's
worst
gonna
part.
roll through anything.
The Scion Shockwaves, and I'm like, oh, my shields are gone, and I lost 3/4 of my health in one hit. Yeah, let's just move to the left over here real
Yeah,
quick.
all
That was
right.
the only thing, like, oh, man.
Yeah. Sean.
Favorite Churn?
Probably 3.
Ooh.
Story aside, all the hours upon hours upon hours spent in multiplayer
That is true.
That's
and money
That's
for
fine.
some
Right.
of us.
oh, I wonder who that is.
I love it.
Should I go into that? I think we should wait on that.
We'll wait on that.
We'll wait.
So, what about you, Pat?
2 by far.
2?
Two. Just that it had the it introduced a lot of new races because originally, you know, Krogan, Asari, Quarians, humans, all that,
There's a
all that
Volus
stuff.
and stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah, and the Volus and the Elcor and
Yeah.
stuff. But then they started bringing in like, and which I'll bring up later, like more interesting stuff like Thane's race. Goddamn.
Drell.
The
The
Drell.
Drell, yeah.
Duh, I'm being an idiot. The Drell. They really went hardcore.
Solarians?
No, they were in the
one?
first.
Seriously, in the first one.
The Vorcha, I don't think were in the first.
No.
Vorcha were not in the
Vorcha
first one,
were
yeah.
not.
No,
I mean, they're not a
the-
big character. They're an interesting species, though. If you
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
read their codex bullshit, it's actually pretty crazy when you look at the word.
Lore nerd.
I do want to go back through
I
and play
read
all
every-
three of them again. I mean, I got to redo the ending for Mass Effect 3 because I rushed through it and fucked up. But
But I was gonna say also, I was really interested in 2, especially is the Geth were mainly the bad guy in the first one, but then there's a certain character that comes in 2,
Certain character.
and you really get to understand more about the Geth in
And
general.
This can be a full on spoiler podcast too.
yeah.
Oh
Say
yeah,
whatever the
should,
fuck you
we
want,
forgot
yeah.
we forgot to
Spoilers
say that,
ahead.
This is
Oh
giant
yeah,
spoilers.
we're gonna totally talk about the ending. It's gonna be like
Yeah,
the whole
the Geth
segment.
do get way more interesting when you start to understand like the what do they call them? The old
The old ones.
something like
The
that.
old ones are the Reapers, right? That's
Yeah.
how they refer to the
That's
Reapers.
what they
yeah.
refer the Reapers as
Yeah.
the old ones. Yeah.
And they talk
the
about
heretics. Is that what you're talking about?
Heretics, yeah.
The heretics are the
No.
ones that believe in the Reapers. And
in the
then
third game they call them something and
The Heretics were in 2.
No, I know.
They talk to
Yeah.
I don't know. You hear Legion talking about how they decided to go back over to the Reapers because the Quarians attacked them again, and so they let the Reaper take over again. And
It's fucked
I don't
up,
know,
man.
It's just a really interesting story. The whole Quarian Geth conflict
Is amazing.
is
It's
pretty
super well
good.
done.
Mhm.
and
It's very well done.
I was Logan was in the party with me when I went through that particular moment.
Just listening to his frustrations.
And
It was pretty funny.
because I rushed through it and was just doing the main missions. I didn't do the proper side mission.
Oh, for when you're going with Legion on the
Yeah.
Korean planet and shit? All right. Yeah.
And so Legion died and Tali committed suicide.
Oh, no!
Oh, God!
And that was easily like my biggest regret of the whole series.
That's my babe. That's my
Yeah.
girl right there. She died?
It
Or
hurt.
just swan dive.
I literally
to
like
death.
15 minutes after it happened, I was like, it still hurts.
The rest of the night in the chat, he was like, "God damn it!" Just randomly. So
That actually, I got that ending on that event by mistake one time. I didn't even anticipate for it happening, but I thought like, oh shit, like I have to do this now. I didn't think she would actually like jump to her death, and I'm like,
yeah,
I just-
all of her fucking species was. She saw them get wiped out in front of her. She's like, "Well, that's it for me.
well, this is how I die.
See you later."
I love you.
So, but my favorite is Mass Effect 1. It just
Yeah.
they were all amazing, obviously, and the story in 2 was incredible. The combat in 2 and 3 were both amazing, but something about 1, just the exploration and the fact that you were building what Shepard was. You became a Spectre, and you were a Spectre the whole game, and it was
You were representing.
yeah, it was
the
just
entire
it was
time.
the
Yeah.
growth of him and the decisions you made that paved the way for the rest of the stuff. Just it was the best.
And being the guy, not only the lore nerd, but the audio guy here, the music in 1 is...
Dude, yeah, I think the music in 1
It's
was probably
like
the
they've
best.
used the same music throughout all the games, but the way that they use the music for all the like cinematic scenes in 1 and everything, like when you're going up to get Spectre status and that classic scene's
dude.
playing, like, dude, I'm
Like all the people
like,
just
I'm getting goosebumps right now. I'm just thinking about it. I'm not lying.
yeah, all the NPCs just kind of like walk up and start kind of looking at you like, what the fuck's going on in the
Yeah.
cutscene stuff. It
There's a
was
human
yeah.
up here.
Yeah.
What?
No, just that everything about that was and nothing. I'd never seen anything like that. I know Knights of the Old Republic kind of was that similar kind of all dialogue, but
Yeah.
but Mass Effect just everything about it.
They took it to the next level.
Oh,
Mass
yeah,
Effect. They took
absolutely.
it to the
Nothing
next
has
level.
been like that since either.
I haven't played a game like that in a long time.
Right.
I mean, you could say Dragon's Age, but I still feel like Dragon's Age.
Yeah, it's still
doesn't
Bioware.
have-
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, so
Yeah,
but
same.
Disco.
My favorite was 2.
2. Yeah.
I think I poured the most hours into 2. The side missions were so much fun,
Loyalty mission. Well, yeah, or either. Or, yeah.
and I don't know. I did enjoy the exploration on the Mako in the first game. There were times where I'd literally just drive around planets for like hours.
Just cruising around looking stuff.
Yeah, and I'd like climb random mountains and just like look around. I mean, it was a great game to just explore and like look at the landscape and stuff.
I explored every inch of
Yeah.
every planet the first time I
You
played
can
it.
find shit that you know.
Yeah.
you would
Oh,
find.
exactly. Yeah,
Oh,
that's how you find things on the map.
Fucking
You
space
had
cow.
You had
Yeah, I
to-
was gonna say the
Space Cow
Did
steal
you-
money from
yeah,
you.
we steal money.
Yeah.
the two-handed four-legged space cow.
That's right.
They're like two little
But-
appendages that stuck out.
As far as 2 goes, I mean, yeah, you miss out on that exploration. They dull it down into the planet scanning,
Probing Uranus.
which is garbage.
Really, Shepard?
The planet scanning thing was just the dumbest fucking thing
You know,
ever,
a funny story about that actually. Like the girl I was dating at the time that I like was getting into Mass Effect 2. She used to always make fun of me for always playing this game. She's like, "This game is really stupid," blah blah blah. But then I'm like, "Just sit down and try it." And the thing that actually got her hooked on I got her hooked onto Mass Effect. But the one thing that got her hooked on it was the planet scanning. Like she had a hell of a... Yeah, I am not kidding.
What the fuck?
Break up.
What
Break
the
up.
fuck? Yeah.
Probing Uranus.
I already said that.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I'm good.
got it.
No, the other thing I was gonna say about 2 that I agree with on your side is they brought in, that was the first time they brought in loyalty missions, which was the side thing. But my favorite part in general about 2 is if you're and I'm not calling, when I say the average gamer, I'm not calling everyone. What are you doing?
He's trying to quietly open a soda.
Thanks for pointing it out.
With if you were the average gamer and you're just like, oh, come on, I don't want to worry about the story, I just want to play the game, get to the action, all that stuff. Like if you didn't go into the investigate and then the Normandy upgrades, guess what? You go to the end of the game, you're losing like fucking half your crew.
At least.
Because you did not actually pay attention and fucking do that shit.
That was probably the coolest thing about 2 was that you had to upgrade your squad, your ship, everything. That was a really cool.
And you didn't
mechanic.
know that, but your characters would tell you, like the first time you talked to Gary, she's like, "Hey, how's the ship look?" He's like, "We're doing pretty good, but I don't think our arsenal is going to be able to take on a collector."
Hints.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
that's
give you
cool.
hints the entire time.
I think the thing that one of the things I thoroughly enjoyed was the end of Mass Effect 2.
Oh yeah.
No,
The ending was fantastic.
I know. That's why it says "jump, motherfucker." I'm telling you on my list.
That, I mean, yeah, I lost Miranda, but who cares?
I do.
I
That
can't
was
believe you
literally
sang
just because
that.
of the whole thing with Jack. I just didn't care. I was like, whatever, you're being a bitch. And but I mean, that mission was amazing. Like everybody is like participating, like everyone's there, and you're like making decisions on the fly.
You have to pick who's best for what. It was very intense.
And it punishes you if you pick the wrong person.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. And I mean, it was so nerve wracking. Like, I got to make the right choices. And then at the end, when Miranda died, it's like, man, that kind of sucks. But nah, fuck her. But the fight was great. It was just Mass Effect 2 was the best for me.
Go ahead.
Sorry, it just
No, good.
My favorite part is like he was saying is like even if you pick the right person, like if you pick Samara or if you pick Jack as your biotic shield, that cinematic, like it's intense. You're like, oh, fucking make it to the door. Come on. Like you're sitting there watching the entire time. You're like, oh, come on. I picked you. You're the strongest biotic. And then you see what's the scene that you see where like somebody I think it's Miranda that gets shot.
Oh, yeah. And you're like, fuck. And she said, I'm fine.
Yeah. She,
Oh, okay, good.
Jacob? I got shot.
Was it?
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody got shot.
Like one person for some reason always gets randomly and just like kind of shot in the side. And you're like, oh my God, they died. And they're like, no, never mind. I'm
Just
good.
like pop back up.
It's like,
So like,
okay.
I'm good.
Jesus
the bullet
Christ,
was totally
don't
fine.
scare me like that. I thought I picked all the best choices possible, and that shit happens.
But no, my all-time favorite video game gun is a gun of Mass Effect 2. It's like the M99 Cane or something like that. Whatever. You basically shoot a black hole. It's fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, that's a mini nuke.
Yeah, it just
Mini
ravages
nuke
everything.
launcher, yeah.
But I mean, it literally looks like this orb that just kind of slowly goes out to the enemy. When it hits, it just destroys
Yeah.
everything. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Favorite gun of all time.
I wasn't a big fan of the weapons in Mass Effect 3. Like they were all
That's surprising,
I mean, they
actually.
were like the standard weapons, but I never felt like they mattered at all.
Well, were you a biotic?
I
That's
was
probably
an
why.
engineer.
Yeah.
You were an engineer? Oh,
Yeah.
even so, yeah. That's still pretty offensive, They all are.
I
but
was
that's-
using like my biotic powers constantly, and I mean, when I fought the Geth, it was just like I was mowing down children. But I don't know. I didn't find the guns that useful. I used the Matic and the Predator, and I hardly ever used them. So
I think that's what having the biotic abilities will do, though, because the game is either you're a soldier or a sentinel, weapy heaven character, or you go full on like power, like almost magic user.
Or infiltrator. I mean, infiltrator, but you focus on like sniper rifles,
That's still,
and shotguns.
Yeah, I mean, but that's probably might be the best blend of characters because you have the sniper shotgun, whatever, but then you have your stealth and other kind of powers, so it might be a good blend.
So like you can snipe from a distance, but you can cloak and like getting close to the shotgun and just blast them away.
That's a good multiplayer character too.
Yeah.
I dig that multiplayer character.
Are we talking about weapons now? Is that what we're
We
doing?
can. You guys want to talk about weapons?
I thought that's
The
what I'm
games?
bringing up. I was going to say my favorite weapon in all of the Mass Effect is the arc projector, by far.
I never really used that actually.
It was one of the, I don't know if it's technically DLC. I think it was one of the DLC.
Yeah, it
ones.
was a DLC. I don't. It's like a.
I will prove to you guys. I will upload my Mass Effect 2 and I will shoot someone. It not only affects shields, it also affects armor. It takes an entire bars if you charge it up all the way. and it only takes like 3 seconds, like boom, like that's how. And if you get the maximum like ammo upgrades, you end up giving 12 shots by the end of the game. It's super OP. And
Does that
entire
one
game.
chains from enemy to enemy?
It can.
It can.
It
That's-
can,
yeah.
but I mainly use it just on boss, like on Kasumi's, like, you know, that dumbass fight where he keeps regenerating his shield
Oh
all
yeah,
the time and everything.
like the plane
So
helicopter.
Like normally you have to. It takes a while to get like the shield down to get the cinematic to go. But I pull the arc projector out every time now, and I'm like, bam, bam, and cinematic, and then I can actually like take out the guys and then actually kill them. So I like cut like 15 minutes out of that entire fight just because of that weapon. It's ridiculous. And the reason why is because Mass Effect 2 and Scions and 2 are like the worst fucking enemy.
Oh, God.
And because they have armor-based health instead of like regular health. And the arc projector just destroys them the entire time. So that's the reason why. I do like the BFG. That's what I'm going to call it in this one. The cane.
The gun, my gun, yeah.
The BFG.
It's fucking good.
I like that.
I liked the guns in Mass Effect 3 when you're talking about the multiplayer. Like I definitely felt like there was something for everybody when it came to the multiplayer. Like
For sure.
I would change guns based on what character I was using.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
You would have to.
We have to adapt all the way through. Like I like to play Vanguard, so you obviously want. I would try my best to equip as little weapons as possible, so my biotic charge would recharge like insanely fast.
He's zipping around the map.
So I did
stealing
like
people's
pistols
kills.
and shotguns, but if I could get enough, like where I leveled up to where I only needed a shotgun, like I would do that because I would just charge you and bang. And
My
you're done.
favorite multiplayer character was the N7 Slayer Vanguard. It was just, I would do the biotic charge, shotgun, then like he kind of had like a shockwave sword ability. And I'd backflip away and do it all again. And it was amazing.
And
Rinse and repeat.
That's what I was trying to think of earlier.
lash and smash.
Yeah.
I didn't even use my weapon when I played.
Yeah,
It literally
Hours for
was just
days.
a waste of space in my inventory.
Stealing kills left
Just-
and right with your charge.
Lash, smash, lash, smash.
I like to think like you walk out into the battlefield, you just throw your gun down, you're like, I don't need this fucking thing.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Anybody need an extra gun? I got one.
So, what did again? You guys at the end of the
Yeah.
table.
Yeah.
What do you guys like for weapons? And it gets
You-
multiplayer characters.
You
We're
go.
kind
You go.
of bundling these topics.
Fucking put me on the spot.
Yeah.
Go Worth.
You really? You haven't spoken like all the podcasts. Well, my favorite gun in it's probably in all three games. It's not in the first two, but it's the my favorite gun to use because I think it's the best all around weapon for my playstyle is the M90 Indra. It's that full auto sniper rifle.
Yeah, that thing's a
Yeah.
beast in
That thing, like-
multiplayer. I fucking love it.
It's like I can get in
Is that
close.
the 3-shot one? Like bang,
No,
bang, bang?
it's
It's
full
like
auto.
fully automatic.
You're,
Yeah,
thinking, you're thinking of
it's-
the Incisor.
Yeah, the one
Yeah.
and two where it was like the triple shot. It
Yeah.
was like blue.
It's blue. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Indra is blue also, but it's one of the N7 DLC guns for multiplayer. But
Okay.
they ported it over into the single player for free.
Nice.
But it's great for long range. I mean, you can snipe from long range, and otherwise I can get in close and just like use. I don't have to use I don't have to zoom in. I just like hold down the trigger and I can like just kind of spray if I need to, like use it as an assault rifle.
That was
So-
my what's the infiltrator? That's what I would use. That gun is
Yeah.
the one I would use.
So like that. I mean, for my playstyle, that was my favorite all-time gun to use. Follow it up maybe by the what's it called? The N7 Valkyrie
Yes.
assault rifle. It's like it's a two burst assault rifle, so it's just like do and then like, but it's got wicked crazy stopping power.
There are sound effects on this version of our podcast, by the way,
Yeah.
too.
Thanks, Worth. That was great. Yeah.
No, I've done a couple sound effects already.
Yeah.
So.
But,
Now, was that the gun that it had like a really huge, almost like a big silencer barrel?
It had
Am I
like
thinking of a different one?
there was one that was like it was like two tubes stacked on top of each other, but like the top part was the barrel. Obviously,
Is that the
but they
one
were-
you're
yeah,
talking about?
Yeah, but they were
I
like
love that gun,
identical.
too.
You know, they have the same length.
Yeah.
So like I think the bottom one was like for your thermal clip, and then the top part was the barrel.
Right.
So, but that was my favorite assault rifle to use for sure. But my favorite character, I guess.
No, we're not talking about characters.
Well,
We're
we was
talking about
kind of
weapons.
rolling in multiplayer too. We kind of brought that up.
Oh, like
Oh,
like,
so, yeah,
like
okay.
multiplayer.
We can throw that
character.
out too.
Do
yeah.
not that was
Yeah.
gonna be my next point.
Multiplayer like character, not like story character, but multiplayer character. I would usually use a human adept because I love to combine like the singularity with a warp, and then just like create like the fucking giant bionic explosions. Or I
Right.
can get in close to shockwave and do the same thing. Or I use the N7. What was it called? It was the infiltrator. It was like the Slayer, like because it was a Vanguard, but it was in the infiltrator class. You know what I'm
I
talking
don't
about?
know.
It used a sword too, just like the Slayer did.
Oh, it can go invisible, right?
Yeah. God, that's gonna bug
Phantom?
me now. No,
that was the enemy.
That was the enemy in the game.
Yeah.
That's
That's
the
the reason why I
Cerberus.
threw it
That
out.
would be the Cerberus equivalent to the Slayer.
Jack turns into that. Did you know that?
Yeah, I did know that.
If you don't
actually.
save Jack, if you don't go to the prison facility in time to save Jack, that when you
No, it's not the prison. It's the school.
oh, it's the school.
Prison
Sorry, not
Academy,
the prison.
yeah.
My bad. Yeah, when you
Yeah.
go to school, if you go in when you infiltrate to get the elusive man, like take him out, one of the random phantoms that'll attack you is named Jack.
Weird.
No, like Cerberus kidnapped them, like they were infiltrating,
Well,
and
that
they
sucks.
turned Jack into a phantom.
Yeah, there's also
No
there's,
shit.
there's
That's
also
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not lying. There's two of them like that, and Legion
More-
turns into one, right?
no.
Legion turns into one.
Maybe I don't know.
I'm 90%
I can't remember,
I'm
but
pretty sure.
there's also another one where if for any reason
Ow.
if for
Sorry,
any reason
That
you
that hit the shit out of me.
oh
Sorry.
god
He
We'll
got
try
a-
to edit that out.
He got a notification on his computer. It was like,
You know what? You know what it was? It was Drew getting an Xbox Live.
oh god
God damn it, Drew!
I thought you said you couldn't be here tonight.
Well,
asshole.
it could be Ben, I guess too.
Yeah, that
it's just
too.
his Xbox turned
But
on.
what I was gonna say
Sorry,
is
didn't know my volume was up.
if for any reason you choose Morinth over Samara in Samara's loyalty mission,
Oh yeah, I heard
you
about
can
this. One of the Asari.
one of the Asari Banshees when you go down to Earth for the final mission of Mass Effect 3 actually is Morinth. So like they turn her into a Reaper, and so you're fighting her at one point. One of the characters says Morinth on there.
That's nuts.
Oh,
That's
I
really
didn't even
cool
know they
tie-ins.
did that because I've never had the situation.
Well, it's
Well, yeah, because you obviously want to go do it,
Yeah.
but it's like they realize the complications, I guess, if you want to call it, or
the consequences. Of your
consequences. There we
actions,
go. Yeah,
That's pretty cool. I didn't even know they did that.
it was, yeah. That's you can tell BioWare's like paying attention to their bullshit half the way through. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, Sean.
Yeah.
My weapons are kind of tied to the multiplayer.
He's looking
I'd say
it
like-
up. He's looking it up. He doesn't
I don't
remember
blame
by
him.
heart.
you look at the name.
It was either the M13 Raptor, which is the semi,
Oh, the sniper rifle, the Cerberus rifle.
or I don't know if you guys remember how much I use this in multiplayer, but the harpoon gun.
Oh, I remember
Oh,
that guy.
yeah.
The
That's
Kushuk
so
or whatever
funny,
it is.
Yeah, that thing is
That's
a
hilarious.
beast.
It was OP as fuck if you knew how to use it.
Yeah.
Was there a gun called the Harrier?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was like a fully
Oh,
automatic
no.
Matic.
It was
That I was gonna
Cerberus.
say. I couldn't think of Matic. I was gonna say Harrier, then a gun like that. Matic. I love that.
Matic
one,
is
too.
what I used
Yep.
in the whole single player for Mass
Yeah.
Effect.
Matic was
That's
awesome.
the semi-auto.
No, Matic. The
It's like a
Matic
single
is,
shot, right?
Matic is semi-auto.
The Harrier is fully auto.
Mm.
Yeah.
No,
It's-
the Matic is a single shot.
Yes, it's semi-automatic though. Semi-automatic. So
As opposed to bolt action, I guess. It's,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
if you want to get real
It's-
yeah.
But yeah, the
It is.
Harrier was like
it
a full
doesn't
auto
fire that
Matic.
Yeah.
fast, but
Or Matog.
I think the mat, whatever it is. I think you got to pull the trigger each time though. You can't hold it down.
Yeah, no,
So it's like
you got to pull the
single
trigger each
shot,
time,
yeah.
but that's semi-automatic. That's the definition.
Well, Jesus Christ! Sorry, the goddamn technicalities.
I'd say
I have a
it's
segment.
on the slower side of semi-automatic. It's really
Yeah.
not that fast.
You can spam it though pretty well.
that is true. What up?
I have a segment. If you want to go in.
Nope.
All right, fine.
No, what you got, Fat? What up?
Well, basically, this is a question inside of a question, but
Quesception?
yes, it's a
Question.
question. yes.
Question.
Why is Garrus your favorite character in all of Mass Effect? AKA, who's your favorite like squad mate? Is
That
basically
works.
what
I
I'm
like.
going-
I like the title of that.
It's
That's
pretty-
great.
Why is Garrus? By the way, my favorite character is Garrus.
If you didn't know. So, I mean, it might be a stupid question, but why do you like Garrus so much?
It's a multiple things. When you initially meet him in Mass Effect 1, he's kind of, he's working for CSEC and he's kind of sick and tired of the corruption and all this. I mean, it's cliche in a way, but you, depending on, Renegade and Paragon, whatever choices you make, you kind of mold him all the way through. I don't want to say that you're his teacher, because I want to say he's more of a friend, because he is. He's your best friend, pretty much.
There's
throughout
like
that entire
there's
game.
like an equal respect, even though you're
Yeah.
in charge.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's very.
But yeah, just like it's everything. The small dialogue options, the big moments. Like, dude, Mass Effect 3. Did you shoot the cans on the Citadel with Garrus? Did you do his little side mission on?
No.
Oh,
You missed out on some good
it's
stuff.
so
man.
good.
I would have, but like I said, I had.
No, I know you
I
had to rush
rushed
through
towards
it.
the
No, it's
end.
fine. There's
I mean, I literally walked by him and he said, "Do you want to do this, or do you want to do something fun?" And I I just kept walking.
Oh my god.
Fuck you, Garrison.
You're literally the worst person.
You missed like one of
I'm
the coolest
going to
bro
go
moments.
back and do all of
He
that.
did say he has a save file.
I have a
way
save file
back.
from right
That's good.
when I started rushing.
So he'll do a proper-
I'm just going to go back. It's literally right before the Corian and Geth.
Oh, perfect. That's
conflict.
good.
Yeah.
That's good. But yeah, I mean, it's not just that moment. It's even during 2 when with Sidonis, and it's like you're slowly building up and you're learning like, hey, I became Archangel and I really kind of wanted to do the same thing you were doing. And you asked him like, how'd you get your crew together? And automatically his initial response is pretty much like going around finding people who are sick and tired of the shenanigans going on. We even had a Batarian hacker. Pain in the ass to work with. But he was the best hacker, all that stuff. But then he went through tragedy, which Shepard went through with Caden or Ashley.
Fuck Hayden.
Caden.
Fuck them both. But he's equally terrible.
But he lost. But
Ashley becomes a good character.
And that's debatable.
We can get into that later.
but that's my reference on why I love Garrus so much is because Shepard lost one squad mate, but Garrus lost his entire squad, so he went more into the revenge mode to where Shepard felt guilty for what he had to do. And maybe there was a little tiny bit of revenge when when he took out Saren, but I feel it was more at that time he was more like the protection of the entire fucking galaxy all the way through, But just the build up, especially from 2 and then to 3, I do not want to spoil it for you. I am that good of a fucking lore nerd. I will not tell you about that fun mission with Garrus that you do on the Citadel because it's so good.
I'll do it as soon as I go back to playing.
It's super good. It's 100% worth it. They reference jokes. I mean, it's about the bromance, and he is your space BFF for life.
Well, isn't it almost every character you have one of those moments with?
You do,
right towards the
yeah.
end of the game.
Everything
Kinda,
except
yeah.
almost everyone.
Yeah.
Like Kasumi, you don't. Well, Kasumi,
Well, a lot of the
you
main
kind-
characters,
the
yeah,
main
you
man-
have
the main
those
ones you
moments
do.
where it's like a cutscene to itself per character before the Garrus one you're talking about. That's probably the best out of all of them.
I loved it.
It's such
It
a
was so
fun
good.
moment where you gotta
Yeah.
kind of you're just giving each other
You
shit
can
the whole time.
You can be an asshole or a dick at the same time. Whether you want, it depends on. I'm really interested to see what Nate picks on the last one.
It's cool.
That's
I mean,
what I'm
it's just
saying.
a funny little.
The
moment.
final
Well, I
decision.
mean, is there Paragon?
Yeah,
it is
Then it
technically.
would be Paragon.
Okay.
So
That's right.
every decision ever was Paragon. I literally died on purpose when I went to the Elusive Man because it was a Renegade option, and I was like, I'm not clicking that.
What?
And then he killed me, and I was like, you're forcing me to pick a Renegade option? This is bullshit.
in general,
funny.
and I don't want to, and I'll finish this fast for the best side character. Garrus has been around for all 3 games, so obviously you have the best connection with him the entire time. Thane also, my favorite line, one of my favorite lines in all of Mass Effect is after the Citadel invasion with Cerberus, and Thane is dying, and he's talking about Kai Lang, and he's like, that guy should be embarrassed. Like a near-dead, Drell
Terminally
almost
ill
took
Drell.
him out, and I'm like, dude, imagine if Thane would have been at his peak. Like Kai Lang
so
would not.
fucking cool.
Fuck you, all the way through.
Kai Lang was a bitch anyway.
He was a
He
bitch. Yeah.
sucks.
No.
Oh,
it's,
look, I ran away every single time that I fought you until the very end, and then you literally owned my face.
That ending fight with
Kai Lang.
Kai Lang was so fucking.
It was a
cool.
fun fight.
Oh
Yeah,
my god!
super
But,
fun
like the
fight.
cutscene
Really?
thing.
I fucking destroyed him.
I'm not saying the fight. I'm saying like the cutscene at the end where you kill him.
Oh yeah,
That was one of
That
the
was
coolest
sweet.
visual moments in the fucking.
It's slow mo. He he chops his blade in half and then
pulls out
shoves
his Omni blade.
blade, just shoves it through his gut. He's
it's
like, "That's
so-
for Thane, you son of a bitch."
So
Yeah.
fucking that
So
that
good.
part was
That was
amazing.
I just love how Thane, even as he's dying, he's like,
Still-
that dude was a total bitch. I would have wrecked him if I was not
yeah.
dying of what was it?
Keppel syndrome.
Keppel syndrome. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
You goddamn nerds.
Just,
Hey man,
you,
I played through the,
you know exactly what we're
I
talking
played
about
through the
too.
game
You don't-
Oh, yeah.
8 times probably.
I have a
now.
pretty huge Mass Effect nerd moment. I will explain.
How many
later,
times have
too,
you
so-
played it all the way through?
Oh fuck.
Legitly, 2, 3?
No,
maybe?
for which game? 3?
No, how many times have you gone through Mass Effect 1 to Mass Effect 3 with one character?
With one character, I've played Mass Effect 1 into 2 at least 4 times.
Okay.
And then I played Mass Effect 1 probably like 3 times more, so 7 times total. And probably Mass Effect 2 about 7 times total.
Gotcha.
So half with characters I poured over, and other almost half without.
I'm not on worst
So-
level. I've done 4 characters. I did male, female, Paragon, Renegade.
I've done 7
All the way
different.
through. Oh, I know.
iterations.
No, I have.
And also, I beat the last half of Mass Effect for Jared. He basically just got bored of playing it, so he just watched me play the last half of the
Why?
game.
Why would you get
I don't
bored
know.
of that shit?
He just couldn't get through part of the first game, so I was like, I'll fucking do it. And he's like, all right, I want to know what happens.
Anyway,
That's why no one likes you, Jared.
So Garrus.
I won't continue. Garrus is Bae for life.
All right. Who else is a good favorite
Mass
character?
Bae.
I
Who
do.
was it?
It's Liara,
Nice.
hands down.
Oh yeah.
Not only for the love interest aspect of the game,
For
but
the obvious reasons.
for I took
You almost made me lose it there for a second.
the only game she wasn't in my party for combat was the first game because I had Rex in her place. But being that Rex wasn't involved as much in the last two games as your like squad mate, I always had Liara. But yes, Garrus was in my party all three games.
As he should be.
Yeah, I mean that freaking concussive shot
It's
is
so good.
it
knocks
owns
people in their ass.
everything. But I don't even have to tell him who to shoot; he just knows.
Oh, he never misses either.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
Oh yeah.
Like with Liara, sometimes I'm like, I need you to be like shooting that person. But Garrus, he's just like, nah, yeah, I got that guy. He's fine. Like, you're fine. But
Oh,
I don't
that's
know, the
awesome.
dialogue whenever you take Liara on the missions with like other characters, where,
Like the
where
side-
you're forced to take a character,
Hmm.
I feel like the dialogue is always really good with Liara there. And I mean, she's an Asari. I think that's one of the most fascinating races in the game.
Mhm.
Being that all their species are technically female in a sense,
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
and they can mate with
Quotations.
all
He
other-
didn't see it. He put quotations.
They basically are. Yeah.
all,
They're like
all
the
other
sex dolls of the
species.
galaxy.
Yeah, kind of. But I mean, there's tons of great moments with the Asari where you see other people like in love with Asari and things like that, and they're just like the love race.
Like for 1,000 years.
Yeah.
There's also a theory. If you like, you remember that one scene in Mass Effect 2 where you're staying in that bar and there's kind of like that bachelor party.
I was
going
just
on?
gonna bring up the bachelor party.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's
The
so
bachelor
funny.
party.
It's such a funny
Well, it's
moment.
like, but it's a Solarian, a human, and a Turian sitting here at this bachelor
Oh
party.
yeah, I remember
And
this
they're
part.
all,
Yeah.
and they're all like, what are you talking about? Asari look just like Turians. They're like, no, they don't. They look like humans.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. She looks like a Solarian to me. And it's like, so they can manipulate their image like to look, appealing to other races.
Well, the
Yeah.
reason for that is the mind meld type thing that they do.
Yeah.
Because when you do connect with them, like they can project that to you. So
No. At the bachelor party scene with the Solarians, like Solarians don't have the same kind of sex drive as. Oh, she does have nice curves.
yeah, he cuts out
I love
the
that
middle of
moment.
it.
Oh, yeah.
He
She does have nice curves.
Oh
Like that.
fuck. So.
But one of the main reasons, when I did get to do the love interest with Liara in the third game, I think that was the best game for her love interest. Like, it was way deeper of a connection. Like,
Sean.
Shut up, Sean.
God
You've
damn
been
it.
saying that for 10 minutes. That's what breaks you.
Third grade snicker.
God damn it.
But I mean, like, there's the scene where, like, the first, like, when you get the achievement for the love connection thing, it's literally just like a conversation with her.
Mhm.
And then you go on to, you're in your cabin with her once, and then you're in her. If you do the Citadel DLC, there's a moment with her like at the party, and then there's another moment right before you go take on the Reapers, where you're with her again. And then if you take her on the mission for attacking the Reapers, when you're about to go into the Citadel beam, and the tank like gets shot and flips over towards your squad mates, she gets injured, and you basically like you and Garrus like escort her back to the Normandy, and the Normandy picks her up, and like you have like this big heartfelt moment right before you go into the beam.
Did you cry?
No, I didn't. It was like really good.
I've never
yeah.
seen Disco this sappy in my life. Like,
Yeah, he loves Liara more than his wife.
Yeah.
I like
We can edit that out.
literally as with Liara, I never even thought of a different love interest in the game. I just thought that the writing between the two of them was too good.
Yeah. I mean, that is a hard one to beat, but wow, phrasing.
All right, we're
Inside joke.
Easy
Character.
one to beat.
Well, wait. So, are we doing like love interest now? What's the?
No,
Oh,
I said that she was my favorite
okay.
character.
Okay,
and
gotcha.
I was gonna bring love interest up next, but
Yeah,
you kind of hit them both
okay,
at the same time. So
well-
favorite like character squad, whatever you want to call
obviously, well, Garrus, but
Garrus.
no, what else is new? Yeah, he was my phone background for the longest time, and
it.
I
You really did like him, didn't
Yeah,
you?
I could look at him every day. I'm like, what's up, man?
First
No.
step is admitting you have a problem with.
No, I haven't put him as my background on my new phone yet, but I could. But yeah, so Garrus, and then probably I don't know. I mean, I don't want to say Miranda. Well, Miranda was all right to me, but basically just because I like looking at her ass. But
You're not wrong. I'll give
not
you that.
wrong.
I'm surprised I haven't heard anybody say Morden.
But yeah, that's what I was gonna get at. Morden
Pretty
was
fucking
like
cool.
Morden was hilarious.
he was easily like the best like dialogue between, you know, you could argue that Garrus and Shepard like had the best dialogue or Liara, but like it's Morden and Shepard are up there like
Morden and everyone.
with the top.
This
three.
is true.
Every conversation Morden has with anyone is great.
I think the writing.
Yeah, that song at the
Song,
end when he
yeah.
dies is
Oh,
it's
it's so
just
bad.
great.
Did you hear that song in Mass Effect 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know that it started in 2. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean when he's like
He's-
singing it as he knows he's dying.
That
But it's like
was cool.
it's
It's
you,
right
you
in
can
the
tell,
feels.
Yeah.
You can
Oh.
tell. You can tell that he's like scared because he's going. He knows he's going to die, but he's like trying to calm himself down because he knows
getting his job
he's like,
done.
I got to do
yeah.
this, or else, otherwise, like the fate of the galaxy is the rest of my hands. So he's like, and then he just like kind of, you know, just blows up, and it's like Morden.
I think Morden's writing and the voice actor was the best stuff. I mean, they gave him such great lines
Yeah.
with the weird kind of offbeat way he talked, and the dude nailed that kind of tone and the speed of his voice.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
But no, yeah, Morden was easily like second best to me for as far as like top characters to me. So Garrus and Morden for sure.
Favorite Morden line is right when you first get him and you go to the laboratory and you ask him like, "Hey, how's the lab? You know, like set up for you?" He's like, "Quite good. Found a few bugs. Gave the expensive ones back to Miranda." Like he found all the Cerberus's like, you know,
Surveillance.
fucking like surveillance bullshit. He's like,
Yeah.
gave the expensive ones back to Miranda.
But the funny thing I like about him is he hardly ever uses pronouns when he talks. Like
Yeah.
like if you listen, like I would say 95% of the time he doesn't use pronouns when he talks. He speaks like very, I don't want to say third person, but what am I trying to say? Like he's always like analytical. He's always thinking.
He like leaves
sensitive.
out words that are wasteful.
Yeah,
He just gets
like,
to the point. And
yeah, pretty much, which is cool. Like it's a great you know mechanic to his dialogue.
Mhm.
So,
Like instead of being like, "I've been working on this for a while," he's like working, using, you know, doing that. Yeah.
Well, he has another line where I think it's one where you go in and talk to him, but he's busy. It's like the lines where they basically say, you know, "Don't bother me, let's talk later." He says something. He's like, "Everything's fine, except Edie is constantly bothering me about my insane experiments I'm doing." Stuff like that.
Like,
Fucking
I think
love that line. I
the
can't remember exactly how it
one,
goes.
the other really funny one that he does is it's like if you choose Jack as your love interest in Mass Effect 2, like there's a scene later on in the game where because you know you can go like talk to them in between missions.
He does a different thing for
he
every
does a
love
different
interest.
thing for every love interest and something he's like says something to the extent like, you know, Jack's crazy blah blah blah, and then like Shepard's like, "No, I can handle it." He's like, "Well, let me know if anything changes because I could just prescribe some antibiotics." That's like
I've
that's
never heard that before.
I've not seen that one.
awesome.
That's
I'm
a
gonna
total
look-
fucking like CSI Miami like
Yeah.
like puts the shades on like yeah
Did Morden even like pause like that?
yeah he does.
Oh, well, I'm looking
I
this
gotta
up
look
after the
at-
podcast. That's
So
so
funny.
fucking
Yeah.
funny.
Again, why this is one of the greatest gaming franchises.
God damn,
Yeah.
that's so funny.
It's like but it's only if you choose Jack as your love
Oh,
interest, for sure.
that's incredible. All right,
Yeah.
Sean.
Sean,
Sure.
say
Come on,
something.
mate.
Blah, 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 blah.
Pretty much what Pat said, just Garrus, because he's been there from the beginning, and it is the ultimate romance in any video game ever.
True that.
Ever.
Ever.
It's like Scrubs worthy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Rename your character to JD and Garrus can be Turk.
JD
That's
Shepard
actually
and-
a really good comparison.
Yeah.
Eagle.
JD Shepard.
Was it just because of that in general, or is there a certain moment that really got you in, like Garrus, you were like, "Oh man, I love this."
Just I've always felt
He's bringing
tight
out
with
feelings.
Garrus.
He's bringing
He
feelings
felt a
out.
connection to
Yeah.
Garrus. So, was there anybody else, or is it just Garrus? Yeah.
Just Garrus.
All right, Sean's
I
simple.
mean, I
answers,
guess
so
nobody
dig it.
talked about Rex, but
Well, I haven't gone yet.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
Logan hasn't
I haven't gone
I
yet.
thought you
Logan
did.
hasn't
So-
gone yet.
But basically, I agree based on everything like you said, Disco, about Liara. Liara was my favorite, also my main love interest.
Yeah.
I always thought her conversations with Shepard, especially from my point of view, as just me playing Shepard, I like talking to her the most.
Yeah.
I always thought I enjoyed the
I
conversations.
literally
and-
stopped to talk to her
Yeah.
between
Why are you
every
smirking?
I
mission.
was just thinking
As
about
you
like
should.
antibiotics.
Yeah. So
Like there were
yeah.
some times where I was just like, I don't fucking care about talking to Jacob or what's that other the stupid guy in the third game that I just hated.
What, James?
Bromigo,
Yeah.
Oh,
motherfucker.
Jane?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa, what's up, Loco? Shut up. Never speak ever again.
We'll beat the shit out of you.
Jersey Shore looking
Oh,
motherfucker.
I
You know,
hated James.
if you watch the Mass
and then he
Effect
gets
anime,
talked about wanting to be, or he gets.
Did you
talked
renegade?
about
Did
being
you
this-
renegade to
a
punch him in the
specter?
face?
No, I never renegade. But
I love your total diversion.
he's not
from
talking about being
Renegade.
a Spectre. He gets elected into the N7 program.
Oh yeah, N7 program.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. But I mean, like, no, you don't deserve it. Just shut up. You don't deserve anything but staying down in the basement of this ship
And do push-ups.
never doing anything else. But anyway, sorry I interrupted.
No, you're good.
James is all right. He's not like the worst,
James.
but he's okay.
I didn't like.
Worst
I didn't.
character
I
in
didn't
the
like
game.
James either.
His
don't worry.
dialogue is garbage.
So,
Wait till you
I
do.
love the tangent.
Wait till you do the Citadel DLC.
See, wait,
and you
hold
will
on.
hate James.
I haven't done that yet. I think I might be the only person that I don't know if Sean did it.
You have a
either.
push-up contest.
Let's leave the Citadel DLC out because I haven't
Oh,
played it yet.
sorry.
So no, that's fine. I don't
Never
care
mind.
about that.
That's
no.
a small thing.
Well,
Sorry.
I don't want to
Yeah.
talk about that because I still haven't played that yet. But no, yeah, Liara, everything from every single game. I think my main playthrough, I think I skipped a romance in game 2 for Liara.
Oh yeah, hers
I
is
told-
harder to do in the second game.
Hers is only DLC, I think. I don't
Yep.
think
Yeah,
you
it
can, you
is.
have to have the Shadow Broker DLC for that option at all.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, you
that's
do.
right.
So I think
Yeah,
I
it was. I skipped it too until I did the DLC.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
So cause my first playthrough, I skipped it. Second playthrough, I did, I think, Miranda. And then the third one, I did like, I went through and did Liara with the DLC. I've actually romanced, I think, almost everybody.
There was when I
females.
played
I
through
didn't do it,
two,
the
I
guys.
did
Nothing wrong with that, but
I did do all of them just to
Mhm.
like see the scene,
Yeah.
the cutscenes and the dialogue and
Well,
stuff.
like you
but
said
then
with-
I always reverted back,
Right.
And then went back to Liara.
we said game 3, I think. You said even the Liara moment, like, nothing really happened. You just kind of have like a conversation almost.
Yeah, like the original moment with Liara for when you unlock the achievement for
The romance option.
the
yeah.
romance option. It's literally just a conversation on the Citadel. So
That's kind of like Jack in Mass Effect 2. You basically just kind of like talk and just hang out for a night. Nothing, nothing happens. You just like have a connection. That's so.
Mm.
But
You can get her into bed though.
not in 2. I don't
In Jack,
think.
you can.
In 2.
I can-
Oh,
because I
well,
did it.
it's just the bang option. She's like, you want to fuck, and you're like, okay.
Well, no, you can actually. Well, that too, but you can also have get her up in your room like you did with like.
You can, but
Yara
she just
or-
hugs with you. the
Yeah,
whole
that's what
time.
I'm saying.
That's what I'm. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. When nothing happens, you just like lay there for a night.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I guess, yeah.
I'm saying there was no banging.
Miranda goes to her
Yeah.
bra and all that shit.
Yeah,
Like,
that's the
she
difference.
just-
That I'm
yeah.
saying is you get her to your room, but you just like talk.
Yeah.
So apparently you're doing sex wrong, Worth.
Yeah.
You know what you're talking about.
Pat,
What?
on one of your female playthroughs, did you romance?
Garrus.
No.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah.
Romance game.
I did.
Are you kidding me?
Did you romance the chick right next to you
Oh,
on the ship? I can't remember her name.
on
Mass
3
Effect 2.
or 2?
3.
3?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, not
Diana-
Kelly.
or not Diana.
Because in
Alice,
2 is
uh,
Kelly that you could romance.
Who's 3? It's the yeah.
That chick that's always right next to you.
I
Yeah,
can't
she needs her
remember.
special
No.
toothbrush.
Yeah. And
What's
she
her
has-
fucking
the
name?
one
and you
that
have a hot
saves-
tub scene with her that I'm
Yeah.
not.
Oh,
I
that's
didn't do it.
I
No,
haven't seen that.
no. My 2 female playthroughs that I did, Garrus was my paragon, and then I did. I'm embarrassed to say, you guys.
All right, what's up?
You guys want to know?
What is it?
I shall all the way through. I did Caden as my. Renegade. I'm sorry.
Oh.
As you should be embarrassed.
I know.
God damn it, son.
The one of the female playthroughs I did a Thane as my love
Thane's
That's cool.
Yeah,
it,
so-
when Thane is dying, if you romanced him in Mass Effect 2 and in Mass Effect 3 when he dies, it is fucking heartbreaking.
I believe
I've
it.
I've watched the clip.
Yeah.
It's horrible because it said, Caliera, you read as a male or a male shepherd or whatever as his friend, you're helping read.
Yeah.
But if you're a romance option, it's 100% different. It's like you actually read it as his lover, and it hits. Oh, it hits.
That's
you hard.
crazy.
It's really good.
Real quick, we'll go into the romance thing, but for favorite characters again for me.
Sorry, yeah.
No, you're good. But basically, Rex was on par with, like what you guys said, Garrus to me. Because Garrus, I agree with everybody. I mean, he's supposed to be a BFF. You can't. Nobody doesn't like Garrus. But me and Rex, I felt that same, the same level of like,
Yeah.
we're in this together, you know. And
Rex would be my number 2,
right?
If it wasn't Liara.
He's been around all 3 games. He hasn't been playable all 3 games. But Rex, you got to realize he's been around for 1,000 years. He has way more experience than you. He's been around for fuck that, and he even calls you out on your bullshit in Mass Effect 1, which I liked.
Well,
and that's why he's a good friend.
Because the way I play my Shepard was Paragon. Even my Renegade Shepard was still Paragon for the crewmates. I always had their back, but me and like Rex, the dialogue was always, I always like challenge him. When he'd say something to me, I'd be like, all right, motherfucker, listen up. But he like would respect it back. And so every game, especially Mass Effect 2, when you go back to Tachanka and you're talking to him, it's just like, what the fuck's up, man? You know, and it's just so like, Rex like, you know, the people who are giving you shit, Rex is like, fuck up, you know.
Yeah, I love that scene where all the Krogans are giving you shit, and then you see Rex, and Rex comes up to him, he's like, Shepard!
Yeah,
and he gives you like a hug and everything, and all the Krogans are like, oh, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's going on?
So, I mean, we all pretty much like Mass Effect 1 characters mostly, because Tali was another one every game I cared a lot lot about.
I did care a lot about Tali, and that's why when she died, I took it so hard. I was like, no!
The Quarians are probably my favorite race next to the Turians.
Yeah.
Well, I love the Quarians. I think they're very interesting species.
So me and Disco said Liara for romance. Did you say romance for your main character?
For my first character, or my main?
Whatever you consider your main character.
My favorite is Tali by far.
No. So you have one playthrough that you have a main Shepard,
romance
right?
option.
Yeah. So you said Tali would be like your
Tali,
main. Okay.
By far.
Yeah.
Tali I loved because she's not innocent. I mean, she's experienced, all the way through, but she's still like super shy and all that.
She's very like vulnerable.
And that's the reason why. Here's the one bad thing I'll talk about Mass Effect 3 on. I was really disappointed they at least didn't give me a semi like character model in the game. It's like, oh, I worked so hard to get Tali, to be my.
You mean to see what they look like?
You do, but when you romance her, you go back up to your cabin and there's a picture, like a photographed, like framed picture of Tali, and all they did was Photoshop some model's picture and give her like an extra finger and blue skin, and that's about it.
Yeah.
So, they never gave her an in-game model all the way through to see what she looked like without her mask on and everything.
There's a lot of really interesting fan art about that.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed in that, but in general, the reason why she's my favorite is because, again, she's one of the OG characters. You meet her when she's scared, alone. She's trying to figure out all this stuff.
She's about ready to be killed too by those people.
She got all this info on Saren, and then in 2, right away at the beginning, you meet her again, and she's a little more self-confident, all the way through. But she's really surprised to see you because Shepard's supposed to be dead, and all that shit. And what I like is she doesn't instantaneously, come on your team. It's not until way later in the game that you actually get her on your team when you help her, but she still brings up like Vitor and all that stuff. And then in 3, all the way through, after I romanced her and everything, I won't want to spoil the dialogue options for you. The dialogue for when you finally get her back on your team and meet with her, it's amazing. It's super good. She's still a little shy, but obviously she is. She's like, I know you're into me, so I'm gonna play you a little bit. She's like the cockiest, but also most shy like romance option in the game. I'm not gonna lie. If you're feeling frisky, try a Tali romance. It's good. That's all I'll say.
I think the right word for that is like coy. Coy is a good word.
Yeah. She's fun.
Yeah, she is.
She's a fun romance.
Sean,
I always played as FemShep.
So, were you a lesbian Shep or were you a straight Shep?
What do you think?
You wanted that Garrus dick, didn't you?
Yeah.
Or Sean, who'd you pick?
Garrus dick. Really?
Hey man, I don't know. You're the fem Shep.
Captain Anderson.
Oh God. Can you?
No, you can't.
I was gonna say.
Just kidding.
Like what?
Wait, what?
That's an option?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back and play that game right now. Liara, stupid fucking question.
Okay, good call.
Next.
Good call.
There was one character that I wish you would have had the option of romance, and I really hate that they never gave you this option. But I think it would have been really interesting to romance Dr. Chakwas. The old. No, I mean.
I guess if you're looking for that 60-year-old hag.
Well,
I like that character a lot. I loved her as a character.
No, she's a great character.
She was awesome.
But you guys have like this kind of like cool little like I don't want to call it.
I definitely don't like that she
but...
just kind of disappears.
What do you mean?
What do you
She's
mean?
in all 3 of the games.
Like in the 3rd game, isn't this?
No, she's in the
She's
medical.
always
She's
in the
in the medical office.
She doesn't have a lot of dialogue, but
Yeah,
she's always
that's what it
there.
is.
Yeah, her
She just,
dialogue
like,
was like totally.
I'm not
minimal.
saying-
After like the last time you talked to her about the alcohol, it was
Oh,
just, like,
with
nothing.
the
Yeah, I'll give you that.
iceberry brandy
Yeah.
or whatever
Yeah,
you pick up
that
for her. Yeah.
sucks.
Serious Ice Brandy.
That
How
was Mass Effect 2?
That was 2.
And
three.
Yeah, but
And
she brings it up in the
okay.
third one.
I haven't barely
Um,
played 3 since it came out, so.
I'm not saying that would be like my first choice, but I just like I would just would have liked the fact that it would have been an option. I don't know. I think there could have been something interesting that happens with that as far as the story goes, but
All right, well, now we know more about Worth.
Yeah, right.
Did you say you had a main romance, though?
yeah.
Yeah,
bounce
Dr.
around,
Chocolate.
honestly?
She already said Dr. Chocolate.
It was just unrequited.
He should sit him in his cabin, just sit there and stare at the wall and pine for it.
No, I mean the first time I ever played through it, I did it as Ashley, or that was a mistake.
Get out.
Yeah. But
It's almost as bad as Caden.
that's worse. That's I don't know. I think Caden would have been a lot worse, but
I
guess-
guess how you could tolerate that conversation.
He's got headaches all the time. He just constantly gets headaches.
my L2 implants give me migraines.
I want to have sex. Sorry, my L2's kicking in right now.
sorry.
I can't. I'm having a headache.
So
Yeah,
funny.
no. Obviously, Liara would have been was my main choice, but
Yeah.
second would have been Miranda for male chef. But a lot of my playthroughs, I played through primarily as a femme chef because I thought like she's a better voice actor.
Yeah,
And like
no, I'll agree.
a lot of the
I
interactions
would
were
agree
a
with
lot
that.
more interesting with femme chef as opposed to male chef. So that being said, I think I never did romance Garrus when I played femme chef. I really wish I did, but because I thought that would have been sweet, that would have been awesome. But
Do it.
Thanes was good, and then
Thanks is really good.
and then right now, like I always seem to just cop out and pick Liara. Like I mean, like every time I start a new playthrough,
Cop out.
and then I
Make
like,
the right decision. That's what you meant to say.
but the current playthrough I'm doing right now, I wanted to try to finish it before the game came out, but I didn't get a chance to. I've been romancing Jack, and that one's cool. It kind of sucks that it's a long distance relationship, but like Miranda's the same thing, so you don't get as many like good interactions, but. I don't know. The Jax is pretty cool though, because like she comes off like this this badass like tough exterior chick that like you kind of start to get to know her more. She's like actually pretty vulnerable, pretty like I don't want to say innocent.
I actually really enjoyed romancing her.
You romanced Jack, didn't you?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
thought you
in
did.
one of my
Yeah.
newer playthroughs
Yeah,
I did.
You romanced Jack.
Well, it's actually funny because I imported Mass Effect 1 and I picked Liara. So
Yeah.
Mass Effect 2, my newest playthrough, I decided to do
I
Jack.
forget the story. Yeah.
Well, it's funny because I did Jack, whatever. And I think in Mass Effect 2, I told Liara, I was like, I can't do this right now, kind of thing, or whatever, at the Shadow Broker DLC.
And he felt bad.
Well, then in 3, I had paused for a minute. I was like, this go here, and I was like,
He felt.
fuck this. 'Cause I think I was doing there, and I was like, I might reload. I can't do
You're
this.
like, God.
I did go with Jack that time. And then in Mass Effect 3, it was funny. I was like, I'll let the game play out, and I'll talk to both of them and see what I want to do. Within 5 hours of the game, Liara comes in and she's like, so what's the fucking deal? She's like, you with her, you with me?
You're like, God damn
Fuck,
it.
I wanted the game to play first. I would decide this later. But she was like, point blank to your face. First thing you
What's
see her.
going on with us?
Yeah, after Mars on the ship, the first thing she said to me was like, what's the deal? I was like, damn it. I don't want to decide this yet.
It's because Liara is the one.
I
She's good.
know she is.
Very good.
She's my main romance.
She's very good.
yeah,
I honestly would have a hard time picking somebody.
I did. Pat was there. I was struggling.
Yeah.
I
It
don't
was
think I could
super
do it.
funny.
Like I feel like I would miss out on such a great story.
Yeah, it's probably the best. Yeah.
It's funny that we brought up Dr. Chakwas though, because, and I mean this in a literal sense, Dr. Chakwas, after you bring her the was it
The brandy.
iceberry brandy
Yeah,
or whatever it
Suicide
is,
Brandy.
that's one of the hardest options to pick if you think about dialogue option, because you sit there and you talk about like Joker and Jenkins and all that stuff, and if you do all the dialogue options correctly, the final choice, you normally have your 1, 2, and then your 3 on the side. But for a normal like dumb NPC stuff, it would just be 1 or 2. There's 5 options. So like it's like to us, to friends, to Jenkins, to Joker, or to the crew. So it's like everything is technically positive, like as your cheers that you want to do. But for that gameplay like thing, I'm just like,
Oh shit.
But the
Who do I
last,
pick?
but there's
I don't
one
know what I
more
want to do.
There's one more after
Just-
that because like she goes like you guys can you can go through the entire conversation, but the very last thing you can pick, she's like right before there's a dialogue option. She goes,
Oh,
I'm
to just being drunk.
just being
Yeah,
happily
to
drunk.
just being happily drunk.
And then-
Yeah, that's
then
the other one.
You can pick that as the last
Oh,
option.
that's
Yeah,
hilarious.
to being happily
Yeah,
drunk.
they give you
I
like
kind
6.
of remember that.
They give you
Yeah.
like 6 different options, and all of them are technically positive. You just don't know which one. I'm like, I don't know what I want to do.
I think I did the Joker one. Because
Did you
the
Joker?
conversation was kind of about him, and so we kind of cheers to him or whatever. I was gonna say favorite squad mate. Joker was fucking awesome. I
He's so
loved
good.
him as a character.
Seth Green, yeah.
Unfortunately, he didn't have enough dialogue.
I think in maybe the third game he didn't. In Mass Effect 1, he wouldn't shut up.
Yeah, I agree.
One, he was
In
great.
2, actually, because every time a new thing would happen, which again, every squad member you picked up in every loyalty mission, he would have more to say.
Just broke my finger on the mute button. It's
Yeah.
okay.
I think
Trying
I
to
made a
shut
point.
up.
But I think I made my point.
Trying to
But
shut
yeah,
up.
They underutilized
third,
him.
The third game, they forced his thing with Edie so much that it was like he lacked as a character.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked the Joker Edie relationship.
It was great.
thing,
No, I
but
loved it. Yeah.
It made him lack as a character.
I got a weird boner when I saw Edie for the first time. I'm not gonna lie.
This is the weirdest direction
That
I've
is
ever
Sorry,
had.
that is
guys.
the one character that I definitely could not romance if it is an option, isn't it?
No,
Edie, I don't
I
think
highly
Edie's an
doubt it.
option.
'Cause I think
Edie's
you're supposed to
an
kind of
option.
push him and Joker,
push
Joker,
their relationship.
Yeah,
I don't
Him,
think I would
her.
choose her for any reason.
Did you just
I don't
assume
like
her
it.
gender?
I think I did actually. Sorry. So, actually, Sean had a good topic. Did you have something before, Pat?
I was gonna bring up another one, but if Sean's got a good one,
He had one real quick, actually.
Yeah, what'd you got?
Biggest oh shit moment in the trilogy.
That's what I was gonna just bring up.
Oh, there you
was,
go.
Mine was best moment, jump motherfucker, as I put it.
Well,
Go
then
back.
what's your best moment then? If you,
I can tell you right now because it says jump motherfucker. I can tell you. Oh, I can give you the premise and everything like this. All right, so I gotta get
quick as possible.
keep
We're
it
running
short.
out of time.
I know. I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Short
go.
and sweet.
Mass Effect 2. We're playing. I'm living at Blake Jones' house and all that. We have a big projector screen in the living room. So, and it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. Nobody cares how loud I'm playing this game. It's awesome. I got it turned up, like cranked to the max. Doing the final mission. I'm going good. I got all the upgrades. I got all my squad mates good with me. And it's just that final cinematic for Mass Effect 2. And the music. The music is so good. That dun 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 dun. And Harbinger's talking in the background like, you will not succeed, all this stuff. And then it's just that slow motion jump of Shepard. Like, you going, and this is the reason why it's my favorite moment. I yelled so loud at the top of my lungs. I yelled, jump, motherfucker. Like, that Blake came out of his room to see if I was okay. Because he thought I'd, like, hurt myself or something like that. Because I was just like, jump, motherfucker! I was so, because it looks like they do it every time. It just looks like he's not going to make it almost all the way through. Oh. And it was a combination. It's the way they did the cinematics. It's the way they did the music. It's the way they built it up with like Harbinger talking in the background and the building up to Mass Effect 3. The ending of Mass Effect 2 is fucking utter perfection.
Yeah.
It's so
Great.
good.
Easily.
It is
Absolutely
so good. There's multiple moments that could be way up there too, but I mean I've never had a reaction to a video game like that in a long time.
That was
That's the ending of Mass Effect 2.
That was the culmination.
Like, I was 100%
what they did.
invested into. I did not care about the outside world or everything. All I cared about was Shepard fucking surviving because I've been working hard this entire game to get him to stay alive. And guess what?
He did.
Yeah.
Good job. So,
That's how. Yeah,
And then
that's all
he
I
went
got.
to house arrest.
yeah.
True that. Yeah. No. Well, no. That's after the DLC when he killed the Batarian.
Oh, yeah,
solar
that was a good
system on
DLC,
accident. That's a great DLC.
Um,
But
Yeah.
that's my favorite moment by far. It was everything was perfection during that one
Right.
entire just premise and cinematic and scene. Yeah, it was so good.
Yeah.
I think mine are kind of, I guess, cop-out ones because they're so obvious. But like the Rex standoff moment was just so
That's
so
good.
tense.
That's super
That's
good.
good.
Oh, it's
was
super
very
intense.
tense.
Yeah, because I mean,
You
I
feel for him.
well, because I was like, there's no way I'm killing you. You're fucking awesome. But it was because I had the Paragon option, so I didn't have your issue the first time. Yeah, where you had to kill me.
Man,
Yeah.
I can't even imagine what you were going through when you saw
Right.
that. You were like,
You
I
reloaded
can't
the
do it.
game.
No!
Literally just was like, no.
Yeah.
I'm
doing this all over again.
I am absolutely not shooting him.
Yeah. So I mean, it wasn't
Restart.
Yeah. It wasn't really hard because I obviously was gonna save him, but it was just I was like, oh, this is the thing that could happen.
It's good build up.
Oh.
Like that
Yeah, oh,
entire
yeah. The
cinematic.
It's
conversation
also
and
the
dialogue.
first time
Yeah.
you really feel like your decisions mean something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
the rest of your
yeah.
decisions are kind of like minor, and I mean they're important, but they're not like
Well, nothing is
that
immediate.
important.
Yeah, like you save the Rachni, you kill the Rachni. That doesn't affect you until later. But
Yeah.
that Rex situation is right fucking now, kind of
Yeah.
thing. So, I think the other one that I guess was in a moment I really enjoyed was when Liara became the Shadow Broker. And then,
Yeah.
just when you
Oh,
kill the
yeah.
Yogg or whatever, and she walks up and she kind of takes over. I was just like, that is so fucking cool because now your squad mate, your friend, whatever, was.
Report to me in 10
Yeah,
solar days and all that shit.
is,
We had a miter in convenience and power. Or whatever.
She had some of the best character growth
development.
Yeah, character development of any character in that series. So
Still got 800 years to go. Too.
yeah, I mean, she was a young Asari.
We keep bringing that up.
She could be in
he wants
Andromeda.
He wants Liar to be in.
She is young enough that she could be alive.
She could be.
Technically.
So yeah.
If she is, bruh, we'll be so happy.
But you're not Shepard now. You're gonna have to seduce her as this new character. She might
You're
say
right.
Well,
Yeah,
that might hurt a little bit.
that. Rejecting you.
Yeah.
That like changes the entire like. It's not like it's. Me and Pat were talking about this at the bar earlier. Like we have to get used to not calling the Shepard.
Yeah, I know. We were like, I'm like, oh, it's Ryder, not Shepard.
Yeah,
Ryder,
Keep
not
saying
Shepard.
it.
Sean.
Yeah.
What's your moment?
Favorite
I
moment.
think the promotion leading up to Mass Effect 2, how they kind of played it up like, oh, Shepard's dead.
That intro, like,
Yeah.
cinematic and everything?
That's
No,
a
it was
good
super
one.
good.
Where you basically
Even
fall
though
to
he-
space.
Yeah.
You fall from space to the planet.
Even
Yeah.
though in the background you're just like, he's fucking
Like, there's
alive.
no way.
Come on.
Yeah.
But the promotion was,
He was actually dead.
I mean, he
though.
dies.
Technically. Yeah.
Spoiler.
But it's not going to be. You're not going to play as somebody else.
Yeah.
You're not going to play as some other person.
You were
So-
basically like meat in a suit when they found you.
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
much.
Well, yeah, when they're
And
showing you
Liar
being
helped with that, too. That's
yeah,
the best part.
there's
Yeah.
actually a graphic novel that is based on Liara getting your body back and giving it to Cerberus.
Mm.
So, no, that's a good one, John. Because especially when you're being rebuilt and you kind of come back from the dead. That was just those.
You're watching the cinematics, you see that
Yeah.
bloody needle go into, like,
Right, they're just like
you know,
dropping off all the tools they're
little
using.
robot.
Well,
Yeah.
the cool thing is you also get Jacob as your crewmate, who sucks in the second game, but I think I like his character. In the
Oh, he's a
third
good character.
Yeah, he's a great character in third.
I've never liked Jacob at all.
game. His character in the third game is way better.
Why? Because he's black?
No,
Jesus.
I don't care.
I'm just
I
kidding.
think all
No,
the
it's because
black.
he does push-ups every day.
Yeah.
I just the whole defending
Oh,
those scientists and everything. I thought
That was
kinda
cool, but fuck Jacob.
That was a pretty tense moment.
Talking
in
about with
itself,
his
too.
dad? Like
No,
his
when-
loyalty mission?
When Jacob in the third game, you go to a
Oh,
specific
yeah.
place
Yeah.
and you save those scientists.
Guys that are escaping from Cerberus? Yeah. No, yeah.
you watch him get shot and then he lives.
Yeah.
You're right.
You want to go or me?
You can finish. Or did you?
I was going to talk about favorite moments.
Oh yeah. Well.
Or
yeah,
shit
go for it.
moment.
Oh
Or
shit!
oh,
Oh shit!
yeah.
Moment.
Hey, the biggest
If we're doing no shit moment. Well, yeah, you do yours first, and then I'll.
Favorite moment overall.
If you're going to talk about oh shit moments, the mission on Tachanka, where you're like exploring through those caves and everything, and you can find all those like hieroglyphs and everything about the Great Maw or whatever.
Thresher Maw.
Thresher Maw, the Queen.
Oh, yeah.
Thresher Maw, and then you
Calros.
continue through that mission, and
What
then
game
the
is this?
Thresher
Which one?
Mass Effect 3.
Effect 3.
I don't remember this. It's been so long since I played it. I don't
Then
remember.
you
I know what you're
continue
talking
through
about.
that mission, and that Thresher Maw is like chasing you,
Yeah.
and it's fucking huge. And then it takes you have that other Krogan that's like another type badass.
It's the one where the Thresher Maw kills the Reaper.
I remember that
Yeah,
moment
yeah,
where it
like,
reaches-
kills.
yeah.
Yeah. You
That
think the
was
Reaper's
fucking
gonna get
awesome.
you, and it's like, "Rah," and you're
Yep.
like, oh my
I remember
But
that.
it like takes out that tank of that other Krogan that Rex
Yeah.
hates, and then Rex just plays it off like, fuck that guy.
Pretty much.
And then you have them go off and distract the Thresher Maw while you go and take on like the ridiculous amount of brutes that you have to fight, and you activate those hammers to signify
big-ass
the Thresher Maw to attack the Reaper, and that mission was crazy. I loved that mission.
The end part of that mission is ridiculous too, because you have shit shooting at you at the time when you're trying to put the hammers down. I remember doing that. I was like, there was a
The
point
brutes,
where I was
man, there was like 40 brutes.
I
in
was
that.
I was like a quarter of shields, and I only needed one more hammer. And at this point, I was like, nah, fuck it. I'm just gonna run up to the hammer and try to activate.
But then
this
you
spell.
Luckily, I found a way to beat brutes as an engineer that is unstoppable. Like you incinerate and then overload it.
Tech explosion?
Yeah, tech explosion. Every
And
time
they're armor-based,
you can
too.
kill them in 2 tech explosions.
That's his
It's
favorite
ridiculous.
word ever is tech explosion.
Biotic
He likes
explosion.
biotic explosions.
I was
like
tech. To be
explosions.
fair, Pat was watching me play a tech character most recently.
That's true.
So yeah,
He likes explosion.
Yeah, oh god, biotics for days.
But yeah, that was like my
Yeah.
favorite oh shit moment. Like that fucking
That was good
that
mission.
Thresher Maw chasing you was fucking dope. Because I think the Thresher Maw is one of the coolest aliens in the game.
They can
They're
survive
really
anywhere. In
interesting,
space.
yeah.
First time you
Well, sure.
fight that Thresher Maw, with the Mako in the first game. Jesus,
It's terrifying because they can pop up out of nowhere.
Just be doing that little like boost jump
take,
to like
take gigantic circles around the map and just
Hope it doesn't
constantly
pop up
fire.
for you.
Yeah, hope it doesn't hit you.
bang.
Pretty much.
Real quick
Bang.
though, we'll do your answer worth.
Yeah.
And then basically we will just have enough time to talk about the ending of Mass Effect 3.
Okay.
So that's
Like what we chose.
basically what we chose and
Okay.
kind of how we feel about it because that's
Cool.
a big topic. We have about 15 minutes left or
Heard.
so. So
I
there
think
you go.
my biggest oh shit moment was, I mean, I would probably say like the beginning of Mass Effect 2, but since we already talked about that, another good one for me is kind of a toss up. One is it's towards the end of Mass Effect 2 where the collectors actually board the Normandy, and you have to, and you have to play as Joker to like, you know, you have to crawl through these little crawl spaces and shit, and like
That was intense too.
Yeah, that was
terrifying.
that was
That's
fucking and like, but the whole time Joker's just like shit, and I'm playing this game I'm like shit, fuck.
You're relating to him in a
I
really
know,
meaningful way,
like,
right?
I feel for you, Joker. My God. That was a good one, and then also another one that it was kind of an oh shit moment in the sense that it was kind of a serious like moral decision. If you played what is it the Overlord or what was it? I forgot what it's called. Overlord DLC, I think.
Where
with the
AI
brothers.
Yeah,
The brothers where he's all connected to all the shit.
he's connected to the Geth hive mind, and he's like, but he's like an autistic savant, like idiot savant, like with mathematics and stuff.
0019.
They mentioned that in Mass Effect 3.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I
did you
not play
didn't
that?
know that there was a DLC.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, it's pretty cool. It's a
It's a
shorter
DLC.
one, but it's cool.
But like,
Oh, I want to play that because that story was really interesting.
It's
Do
a
it.
good
You do,
DLC.
but
It's a
you-
really good DLC.
but you have to like fight through this base like with like as this guy is linked up to the Geth hive mind, and he's like losing his mind, you know, because he's trying to like maintain his own consciousness, but like all the AI and shit are going haywire throughout the entire time. And when you finally beat, you know, him or whatever, but you have the choice to either free him or let his brother continue his experiments. Like either way, like if you let him continue his experiments, you get like good intel to use against the collectors or the Reapers later on in the next game. Or if you let him go, you don't get the intel, but he can be an asset to, you know, Cerberus or whatever later on. Like. And I think you even meet him on.
You meet him in 3.
And 3 when
He's
you
on
go-
the same school with Jack and all them.
Yeah, one of the two. So he becomes like a valuable scientist.
77.7 is
Yeah.
divided. I don't know.
He just
I-
rambles these
but they're-
equations and
But it's
yeah.
like shit. I need the intel, but fuck, I feel for this guy. Like I don't know
Yeah.
what to do.
I didn't know that was a thing
Yeah.
because I remember coming across that story in Mass Effect 3 when you're.
That DLC has the best battle.
It's
music
actually
in
a
the
part
entire
of the
game.
DLC, I think. I think it's
Yeah.
part of the Leviathan DLC.
But you see this guy, and like he's got all these tubes coming up out of his mouth. His
It's
eyes
a
are
pretty
like
gnarly part.
Yeah, his
when
eyes
it
are
comes
He's got
to
that
Austin.
clockwork orange like
yeah,
shit
like
going
his
on.
eyelids are held open. Like you can tell he's been crying nonstop. I'm like, oh god.
Yeah,
Oh,
you gotta play
what do I
this.
do?
You gotta play it.
And his own brother did this to him.
Your
too.
Paragon
That's-
side,
yeah.
you'll be like, I'm gonna kill everybody to say that.
Yeah.
Oh god,
Yeah, but that like as far as like a moral compass, that was a very tough moment for me.
Yeah,
that was a
for
good
sure.
good DLC.
But yeah, let's get into
endings.
Anyways,
All right, so
Let's
we
go
just do-
with first time ending.
first time ending.
okay, I could like
I'm down. I already know what I got.
So let's just kind of go quickly say what we picked without going to any explanation. Then we'll have like a discussion.
Heard.
So I did synthesis. All right, what did you, Pat?
Synthesis.
Okay.
Synthesis.
Destroy.
Reject all the options.
I knew that was coming
See,
up.
that's so
I was
interesting
really
'cause-
excited.
I guess
Yeah.
we'll call it continue the cycle.
Right.
Yeah,
Everyone dies.
pretty much.
Fuck everybody.
So how do you guys feel about the ending? We'll just kind of have a I guess general feel about it, then we can go into details about each one we picked or whatever.
Oh, can I go?
Sure.
Sorry, I kind of
No,
my
that's
bad.
what we're doing. Just discussion stuff.
So going into Mass Effect 3, I had a very strong feeling that Shepard was going to die, no matter what was going to happen. Like the Reapers are fucking crazy, like strong, and it's either going to be do or die on when it comes to ending this entire thing. Control actually made sense to me when it came down to it. Like I was watching, and like the elusive man's like, "No, the only way you can do is control." I'm like, well, that's not possible. And then you figure it out with the Stargazer and everything. Oh, control is possible. Like, okay, no, that can actually be good. And I had enough, high enough score to do the synthesis ending, which is unlocked. And I'm like, well, that's obviously the best possible thing for the entire galaxy.
Pretty much, yeah.
the destroy ending I hate with a living passion because I worked fucking 2.5 games to get the Geth and Edie on my side, and there's no fucking way I'm gonna kill those people on my Paragon at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
know what I
option
mean?
was unacceptable.
It's so bad. And the worst part, I thought, and it's just me, we don't have to go into it. Like, if you want the Shepherd survives ending, you have to do the destroy ending. I'm like, no, there's no way
Not worth it.
my Paragon. If I want my true ending, I want me and Garrus on a beach clinking, and there's a goddamn Reaper just wreck on the beach while we're like in the ocean, and we're just drinking mimosas and not even giving a shit right there. That's the ending I really want,
sounds like
but
a
it's
good
not,
time,
it's not
actually.
gonna happen. Yeah.
I agree that I wanted an ending where when you put in the work, you got the reward.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted an ending where you defeated the Reapers. There
Yeah.
is no ending where you defeat the Reapers.
Well, I mean, that is
Technically.
true, but you're referring it to the sense of Shepard is no longer there.
Well,
So
no.
you as a character, you're basically always gone. But you can still beat them.
What I mean is, you do not beat them because it is not your choice. Like, every one of those options are forced on you.
Yeah.
And that's the main reason why I chose the reject all the choices ending, because I'm not going to go along with your bullshit plan that you came up with that is half-assed and is not a real solution. Like, the Reapers are, in my mind, the whole chaos thing is just bullshit, and the Reapers needed to be destroyed, and it needed to be redone.
Yeah.
There should have been an option where where you're able to convince that child to repurpose the Reapers.
That would have been cool.
And the whole thing about the whole argument is about whether synthetics and organics can live together. And that's basically the whole plot of Mass Effect.
That's what it comes down to.
It boils down to, can organics and synthetics live together? And you prove that it's possible with the Geth.
If you make the right decisions, yeah.
You prove that it's possible to live together because the Geth actually will live together with everyone, and they are a complete synthetic being. And the fact that there's not an option to convince the child that is possible is fucking stupid. There should be an option to convince him. He's an all-knowing being. He shouldn't be a spoiled little child. Like,
It's gotta be my way.
yeah, like, and that's why I rejected the choice. It's like, fuck you, we're gonna redo the cycle and we're gonna beat you.
We'll beat you someday, right?
Yeah, like, that was the main reason I chose that. And I know it's getting off topic, but
No, that's
I just-
that's
No, it makes
exactly
sense.
on
This is
topic.
full,
No, dude, you're
100%. And I was gonna continue on that to where I did want to do the destroy ending, because I'm like, no, fuck the Reapers. They're the cause of all this. But at the same time, and not dissing on what you just said, he does happen to say, though, that as long as organic life is around, and if he chooses the destroy ending, you destroy all synthetic life, sooner or later, organic life will create synthetic life again at one point. You know what I'm saying? So even if we destroy the Reapers, and it's gonna take it, I'm going way off base here, like millions of trillions of fucking years. Sooner or later, maybe the Reapers wouldn't kind of come back in a weird way.
it's a
So we
possibility.
did
But what you're talking about is free will. And
No, I know, yeah.
The whole thing is that, I mean, I loved Shepard's little speech at the end when you choose the reject all options. And he's just like, we want to be free, and if I die free, then so be it. Like, that's what I'm doing.
Balls to the wall.
Yeah.
Well, that is interesting with the synthetic ending, though, too, because that kind of is the closest thing to what you want. What you're saying, Disco.
Technically, but you're putting you're giving into what the Reapers really
Yeah.
want.
Yeah,
Which is-
exactly.
But you're also getting what you want.
But that's,
I know.
But
No,
that's
it's a peaceful
that's what I'm
option.
saying. Yeah,
No,
it's-
it is a peaceful option.
Yeah, looking back on it, that is
Yeah.
the option I should have chosen. But the way he described it, I didn't like it.
You're
like,
just giving into the Reapers, it
Yeah,
felt like,
it
yeah.
sounded forced.
synthesis.
that makes sense.
Synthesis and control are is like what Pat said. It gives the Reapers what they want, which is inevitably self-preservation. And like also, but with the synthesis ending, I feel like you're kind of forcing that choice onto the organic beings that
We can have sex with robots, guys.
might not have wanted that in the first place. So it's like,
But
it's
everybody wanted to survive.
like, true, but you're like adding something to their life that they may not have wanted to begin with.
So you're gonna apologize for saving their lives?
I-
Like, sorry, you're all basically immortal now. My bad.
Well, I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Like,
We've talked about this before, and I cannot ever kind of see where you're coming from or agree with it. Just because I get you're forcing it on them,
yeah.
but there is basically no downside.
Basically, it's
there
like
is no negative
basically
consequence.
my logic behind it is like in my position, I'm not the person that would get to make that choice. Like that would have to be on them. Like if like I don't want to force this onto them if they didn't ask for it in the first place.
It's a hard decision.
It
I
is a hard
sat there for
decision.
like 4 minutes.
It is not
when
easy,
it was
yeah.
there, like the first time I played through, I sat there and I'm like, oh, I don't want to kill Edie and the Geth because I've worked so hard these 3 games.
As soon as
to
I
do
heard
this.
destroy, I was like,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I was like, I don't want to do destroy, and then I'm like, synthesis. Okay, this, and then control. I'm like, it makes sense on control. I sat there. That's the longest I've sat at an ending of a game for a while, and I'm like, oh, I don't know what I want to do.
But especially like
And there's no investigate option. That's the worst
Right.
part. I'm just like,
You have to pick.
I want more dialogue bullshit, and there's none. I'm like, oh.
The thing about one of the things that I liked about the ending is the whole confrontation with the elusive man.
That was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I knew it. I knew all along the elusive man
Was being controlled.
Was
Indoctrinated.
No, I knew he was indoctrinated, but I also knew that his intentions were good.
Oh yeah, no, he's always been for the
there's
humanity
yeah.
A+ all the way through.
The
yeah.
thing of it is that his
Yeah,
intentions
let him read
were
that
good,
comics.
but it was
Yeah,
the
yeah.
the ends to the means kind of thing. Like he didn't give a fuck what he had to do to get to that point.
No.
Whereas Shepard got to that point by being the good person.
Mhm.
And the thing it sucked that the indoctrinated or that the elusive man couldn't realize it because he was indoctrinated.
Right.
But
That's because he
oh.
fucking put Reaper technology in him,
Yeah, he was
like an
dumb.
idiot.
I mean, he was right though.
No, technically,
Like my
he
You're
did a
not
good
wrong,
job
man.
most of the game,
Yeah,
all the way through.
he's
just
pretty fucking smart.
yeah.
I think one big problem I have with the control ending though is like I think there's a sense of uncertainty that goes along with it because like you control the Reapers now, but like what happens to the Star Child? It doesn't really like kind of hint at like does the Star Child go away? Or
Doesn't he just go away? I think he just kind of he
So
says
do you just essentially
yeah.
become the Star Child?
I
Like,
think
it's
so,
not-
because-
it's not
yeah.
really clear, like not really clarified to me.
Well, I actually watched the cinematics for all 4 endings today.
Yeah.
And in that control ending, basically Shepard becomes like this godlike creature.
But
whatever
if you
call it.
notice at the very last second, you know how like the people that are indoctrinated had like their eyeballs look kind of like really weird, like they have like that kind of dark bluish purple tint to them, like almost like they're like robotic. Like right as Shepard's like dissolving away, like when he like is starting to control the Reapers and stuff.
He's calling bullshit.
Like it's there's a little split second like camera like shot right there where you see his eyes turn into that shade that people that have been indoctrinated by the Reapers.
I mean, I think you're looking a little bit too far into just what was animated.
Yeah.
I think
It's
you're
called
it's like
bullshit.
this is like conspiracy theory shit
He's
going on.
grabbing
Well, but no, if you,
indoctrination theory,
Yeah.
which
Logan
is really
was talking
good.
about it earlier. There is a theory where Shepard was indoctrinated.
The
whole
indoctrination
Yeah.
theory is amazing.
we don't have time to go into that.
I know we
we don't have to
can't.
go into that.
I would love to, but we can't. Sean,
Yeah,
what you got?
give Sean a shot here. What's your take on this?
Sean just
He's
mind
blown
blown.
his
Yeah.
mind.
Do you have anything to
What'd you do?
contribute,
What
or you just
What?
Why'd you pick your ending?
I just thought it made the most sense.
The synthesis, right?
Yeah.
No, it makes sense. That's why I picked it.
yeah?
Yeah.
Given the
And,
options
you
you
know,
have, there's not.
It was
much
green,
else
blue,
to-
or red. I don't
Yeah.
care.
Or nothing.
I like the color green.
No, not that day. That was
Or-
before your
or
bullshit.
black.
No, that was before the
I know,
extended
the
DLC.
extended cut, but
I was very angry.
if
I was
there was-
very angry.
if I did not have the extended cut option, I also would have chosen synthesis. But
So nobody would have picked control then. Nobody here did.
For my Renegade option, I
done.
wouldn't do
that.
I have done all the endings, and Control was
Well,
actually
yeah.
the first ending that I picked. But
Well, so you lied then. We said.
Throw
No, I
something
think
at
he
him.
said
Throw this
control.
pen at him.
Oh, did you? I thought you said
Yeah.
destroy.
He said.
wait, did I? Hold on.
You said control.
You
You said
Control.
control. Okay,
He
I
said-
thought you said
he
destroy.
said
Never
control.
mind. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you
but-
said destroy. So nobody
but it's not.
picked
But
destroy
it's
here.
not, my, it's not my
Still throw
favorite.
this pen at him.
It's not my favorite ending. Like, I don't know. Both have they all have their own pros and cons in their own right. But like, I think
Synthesis, you all.
I
live,
don't
happily ever
like
after as
synthesis
gods,
just
so-
because like it's like I'm forcing this onto people.
Yeah.
But like this,
All of them are for
and
it.
I think
I agree.
destroy is probably
Yeah.
the lesser of all evils. I think that's my opinion.
but you kill Edie, and
But
I
you
mean,
kill
Unacceptable.
you
And the
kill
Geth.
Geth,
You've been
but-
working.
you kill the get like you
I
mean
don't really care about the
But-
Geth.
Really? You
Basically,
didn't like
all the
Legion?
Geth though became like Legion. They all became individualized.
I
which
know.
Is,
I mean, it
but
sucks-
at the
it
same
sucks.
time, who fucking cares? You just became individualized.
like it sucks. Yeah, I mean I definitely there's definitely a
I love
bad side of that choice.
I'm scared of it.
And
Alright.
I hated that like all the AI had to go, but I feel like for the greater good, the ends kind of justify the means in a way.
And they
So-
do the child does mention that most likely humanity would fix all of those things.
Yeah, that was my point. What I was getting at, it's like, yeah, it sucks that all the AI have to go away, and humanity has to kind of, or not even humanity, but just organic life in general has to kind of start over with that kind of stuff. Granted, we still have some technology in place to survive, but with the collective knowledge that we've gained over the years, I don't think it would be that hard to get back up to speed in a relatively short period of time.
I think the child does say, he says
Yeah.
it won't take long.
Well, in Destroy and Control, both of the relays get destroyed, but then you see them all being rebuilt.
Yeah.
So everything kind
they
of
do get rebuilt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything kind of will be fine, but I think to save everybody.
But it was just like,
Is
it was a
synthesis,
drastic, immediate decision that had to be made.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
mean it was
That was before the extended DLC came out. That was the biggest, and we're going lore on this. That's the biggest reason why people were bitching about the Destroy ending is because, yeah, we destroyed the Reapers, yay, and we also destroyed the Mass Effect relays, yay. All these Turians and Quarians that are stuck on our solar system, they're dextro DNA. They can't eat anything we have. They'll die based off all the resources we have, and we have no Mass Effect relays.
I mean,
I'm just
extended
bringing
cut helped a lot to
it
answer
did.
some questions. Yeah, for
there were a
sure.
lot of people that were just like, "Are you fucking serious?" Like all the way. I'm not gonna lie. I saw the credits rolling, and I was the first time I beat it, and I was
You
like,
pick synthesis
"Oh."
though,
I did.
so those things won't pertain to them anymore. I don't think they eat like their own food. I would assume that they
it
have
wasn't.
like
It wasn't. No, the ending made sense. I'm just saying that all these choices I made, it was like, hey, did Rex have kids? Did Garrus survive? Did anybody else survive? Like that's what they added on the extended DLC.
the extended cut did help a lot.
When it goes straight to credits, I'm like, did any of the choices I did matter at all? I was mad.
we did.
I was
Disco's the
mad.
only one that didn't have to experience that. You just beat it the other day.
Yeah.
So you
I
got
was
all
mad.
the.
I was fairly angry. I'm even with the extended cut ending because
I still am angry a little bit, but
I-
we won't bring that.
I couldn't believe
bring
that.
it
We're at a timer we would.
I know.
So I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I just couldn't believe that.
I just don't
that
like the ending
that
still.
that kid was literally like a child. I didn't understand why an all-knowing being would have the personality of a child.
Do you think wasn't it because Shepard saw the kid in the
Yeah,
game and that
it's
was like,
representation.
Yeah, it was
What he
literally
is,
a
yeah.
representation.
so
But
it could have been presented as anything, but it's presented that way because of what Shepard went through.
But the thing is its personality was that of a child. Like it literally thought of things like a child.
I could see that too. I just was
And-
wondering where you were going with it.
It's an artificial intelligence.
Yeah,
it's
it
been
should
around
have
for
been all-knowing.
millions of years, but guess what? It's still acting like
It
a
should
child.
have accepted what Shepard said as an option,
He's
and
like,
that
"No."
absolutely didn't even think about it.
That would have been cool to see the kid go, "Oh shit, you're right," and then
Yeah.
you have a fifth option.
Yep.
So that would have been cool.
It just didn't make sense that the kid was like literally a stubborn child. It's like, no, that is not an option. We cannot coexist.
Worth, let's talk about the dark energy thing. I'm just kidding. No,
Oh,
sorry.
Actually-
that's
I'm-
gonna be a
I'm-
podcast
no, I
on
know.
itself.
That's a
dude.
podcast
So, yeah,
on
nope,
itself.
that
no.
is
I'm giving a shit. Don't
that
worry.
is our Mass Effect podcast. So
Okay.
any
We love
quick
any
final
influence?
thoughts?
I am
Feel free to talk about whatever you want when we post it.
Yeah.
And
we want to discuss
bring
this.
up your
Please
own
let's have a
thoughts.
discussion.
And
Tell us
tell
how
us
wrong we
anything.
are about
Tell
our
us your
beliefs
favorite
here.
moments, anything we fucked up on.
Yeah.
If you say Garrus is the worst, we will delete you.
You can just stop listening.
We will
Yeah.
find you,
If he's your least favorite
We
character,
will-
we don't want to talk to you.
throw you in the trunk, and put the car in neutral and just put you into a pond.
But either way, I'm pretty sure if you can tell between all of us, we are all very, very excited for Andromeda.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Very excited
it's-
for Andromeda.
Oh, honey.
I hope the single player lives up to the
It will.
what the original trilogy has that standard of storytelling. So multiplayer is fucking sweet so far. I'm digging it. So, all right, well, goodbye everybody.
We love you.
So
ya.
long.
This is my favorite podcast on the Citadel.